everybody, it is Calxiyn here. If you guys enjoyed this video, you guys should become patrons over on Patreon to support the channel and subscribe for Miraculous Ladybug videos. So, today I'm going to be talking about a theory. I guess it's that, like, the core theory is that Luka will get the Snake Miraculous, which I think is pretty obvious, and that Kagami will get the Dragon Miraculous. But there's a lot more to it than that, so that's just kind of the gist of it if you guys are interested in that. But this is going to be more about, I guess, the overarching theory. So, my first theory is that sometime during the show, Ladybug will need an ally, and she thinks of Adrian. And so the one beside Luka in the picture, so right here, this one is actually Adrian. And so basically what happens is that she needs an ally. She realizes that she thinks that she could, trust Adrian to do the job, so to speak, and Adrian can play piano, and obviously the Snake Miraculous seems to have something to do with using musical instruments to maybe either hypnotize or something else, right? And so she's like, okay, Adrian seems like a good choice, that's cool. But obviously, we know that Adrian is Cat Noir, and so that creates some problems. And so, he does the superhero stuff with her, that's fine, but then he's like, listen, Ladybug, like, my dad is not, like, happy. Like, he doesn't want me going out and all that stuff, so, like, thanks for, like, deciding to trust me, but, like, no, you know what I mean? Like, that's basically what he's gonna try to say. And then next time something happens, Marinette remembers that, and instead she decides to go to Luka because she remembers, oh yeah, Adrian can't do it because his dad's not gonna let him out of the house. And that's, like, partly true, but also just the excuse that Adrian's gonna use to cover up his identity as Cat Noir. So that's what it seems like to me. So Adrian's gonna get it once, but then it's gonna be sort of Luka's Miraculous permanently, which also makes sense. Like, Luka's able to play an instrument, he could be like a sort of snake charmer if that's what we're going for. But then you also see Snake Noir, and so Snake Noir seems like a combination of both the Cat Noir Miraculous, but also used in tandem with the Snake Miraculous. Now, this isn't really important for my theory, but in order to sort of discuss, I guess, my next part of my theory, we have to look at Dragonbug, and also we have to pull up on this side the mouse transformation. Apparently it says mouse even though the Miraculous should be a rat in the Chinese zodiac. I've seen people sort of say that, but basically my idea for this is follow this line of reasoning with me. Luka gets the Miraculous that is in the multi-transformation. So if you guys are following me, basically what I'm saying is Luka gets the Snake Miraculous, and Luka's Snake Miraculous is used in combination with the Cat Noir, or the Cat Miraculous with Cat Noir. So logically, I would assume that the same thing would happen with Dragonbug. So basically what I'm saying is that because it's basically the same situation, but with Ladybug instead, that the same thing is going to happen. So Ladybug is going to use the Dragon Miraculous in tandem with their Ladybug Miraculous, just like Cat Noir is using his Cat Miraculous in tandem with the Snake Miraculous. And so later, we can assume if the Snake Miraculous is then given away to Luka, the opposite effect would happen where the Dragon Miraculous is given to Kagami. Does that make sense? I'm trying to make that as clear as possible, but that's basically my line of reasoning, that to sort of balance things out, if Cat Noir gets a Snake Miraculous that one time, just like Ladybug is getting this Dragon Miraculous that one time and using it as a fusion, and then Luka gets a Snake Miraculous from then on out, it would be assumed that somebody would get the Dragon Miraculous from then on out too, and I would think that it's Kagami, just because the weapon and stuff just looks very similar to, I guess, like, her regular fencing weapon, and when she was akumatized into Respose. So that's what I would sort of assume, right, is that if Luka gets the snake, that means somebody would get the dragon after this one-time fusion, and that would be Kagami. So I think that we can predict that there are going to be a couple episodes. So one episode where Adrian plays as Valpyrion, one episode where Luka gets Valpyrion, obviously not permanently, but that's his Miraculous, just like the Fox Miraculous is Alia's, right? One episode where they both use this fusion, so that Cat Noir uses the Snake fusion, and then Marinette, or Ladybug, uses the Dragon fusion, right? And then another episode where Kagami gets the Dragon Miraculous. So that's my prediction. So that's like 4 to 5 episodes this season, maybe, where this stuff will happen. Or maybe some of them will even double up and happen in the same episode. Like, maybe Adrian transforms once, but then he's like, hey, listen, I gotta go, like, my dad is, like, bothering me, and then she just goes to Luka next, and that gives Adrian a chance to transform back into Cat Noir. Maybe that's the same episode, I don't know. But there's something that makes me sort of wonder, and that is the mouse or rat miraculous here. Because what I think is happening is, again, I feel like that in terms of this show, it does follow on sort of this rule of equals, if that makes sense. Like, if you think about it, right, like, Ladybug gave, like, Alia the Fox Miraculous in the final fight, while Adrian gave it to Chloe. Like, there's this balancing out of things, if that makes sense. And that's not a very good example, but there's this balancing out of things within the show, or at least I think so. Like, it's always in sort of like a doubles situation. And so what I mean by that is, you have two characters using the fusions, and then those miraculous are then given away, right? But we don't have an image here of just the dragon miraculous, like we have the image of just Adrian using the snake miraculous. So to me, what that means is, in order to double it up, what's going to happen is Cat Noir is going to give the mouse miraculous to Marinette. And so that is how we are sort of balanced out. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? So the fusion storyline is already balanced because you have Ladybug and Cat Noir doing the fusion, and then you also have them giving their miraculous away. But in Adrian's storyline, that's like a separate thing where Adrian gets a miraculous from Ladybug. And so to balance that out, Marinette would have to get a miraculous from Cat Noir, but I don't think it's Dragonbug because that's not shown. So what makes sense to me is that Marinette would get the mouse miraculous as it is seen in this image. And so basically what would happen is that the reverse situation sort of happens where Cat Noir decides to give the mouse miraculous to an ally, and he chooses that ally as Marinette. And then there is also a fusion here with the Fox Miraculous, and so that's sort of an added interesting thing as well, that maybe Alia can't join them for whatever reason, and you know, Cat Noir really trusts Marinette because Adrian really trusts Marinette, and then lets her do another sort of fusion right there. And so I think that the mouse miraculous is Marinette's miraculous. Just like for a temporary thing, the snake miraculous was Adrian's miraculous. But what that tells me is that Adrian may get another miraculous in the future, because now that miraculous has obviously gone to maybe Luka, the dragon may be gone to Kagami. So if the mouse is Marinette's miraculous, that is separate from Ladybug, obviously, because she couldn't use Ladybug and the mouse at the same time, or Adrian would know, like, oh wait, why does she have the Ladybug one too? Like, that's sketchy, right? And so from my imagination, I guess, Adrian in the future will get another miraculous, similar to how Marinette has the mouse one. So it's almost like, I feel like basically all of the miraculouses are going to get handed out eventually to the class, if that makes sense. And so in the canon of, say, a classroom team, right, Marinette has the mouse, because people don't know she's Ladybug. Adrian has the such and such. Kagami has the dragon, right? It's sort of one of those things. And I think this is very interesting in terms of a plot line, just because it does play with the mixed identities, or the secret identities, if that makes sense, and all of that sort of stuff. I do think that maybe the mouse miraculous will go to Rose in the future. Like, that's the one that I see her having, just because it's pink, and like, it sort of like makes sense with like her character and all that. But it kind of also makes sense for it to be Marinette's miraculous if she does get one that is known as hers, because then people will just sort of be like, well, Marinette's not Ladybug because she's the mouse miraculous holder, right? Like, if people even knew about that, or if they keep their identity secret. But when you think about it, I'm pretty sure everybody knows Chloe is Queen Bee. Possibly then Nino and Alia are also Nino and Alia, or the, you know what I'm trying to say, right? Like, I think at that point their identities have been exposed, so it's like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I definitely think Kagami is going to get the dragon. I think Luka is going to get the snake. I think Marinette is going to get the mouse as herself. And I think Adrian is going to get the snake, then sort of reject it, if that makes sense. And then maybe later he'll get a different miraculous. Or maybe like Marinette will remember, like, oh, well, I can't go ask Adrian because like he's busy. But Marinette seems to be way worse at lying, if that makes sense. Like, Adrian seems to be okay at lying. And so maybe that's how Adrian gets off of the hook, where Marinette's like, oh yeah, sure, Cat Noir, I'll take your I'll take your mouse, Miraculous, like, I guess. And that's also, like, people are talking about that, like, as a shipping thing, too, because obviously if Cat Noir is a cat and Marinette's the mouse, it's like... Anyway, that's all that I gotta say. I hope that you guys enjoyed my little analysis of this. I just wanted to really, because I talked about the leaks, but I didn't really think it through, I guess. I just talked about what I saw. But now that I've thought about it, these are my leading theories. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Thank you, everybody, and thank you for our lovely patrons who decide to support us over on Patreon. You guys, if you guys are thinking about a way to support the channel, you guys should become patrons over on Patreon because you get a lot of cool rewards. So some of these rewards include, basically, you guys can request us to do anything, whether that's a reaction to an anime or to discuss a ship or a theory. You guys can basically request a video and ask us to do whatever you want, which is really cool. You guys can get early access, which is even cooler because you guys get our videos a week in advance or even a month in advance if I'm really on the ball for that month, and you guys will always get access at any tier to our Discord server. And so if you guys want to really connect with us sort of personally, get our attention, so to speak, and talk about video games and anime and whatever you guys want, you guys should join our Discord, because that is basically a direct connection to us on this channel. I'm literally on Discord all the time. So again, if you guys need help pledging, let me know. And thank you again for watching. Bye.